Good evening and welcome to the State Netball Centre. It is the Premier Mixed MLeague Grand Final. It is Parkville Panthers versus Valley Wolves.
Beautiful start off here by the Panthers. Ellie Layden circle edge with a beautiful push pass connecting to Xana Woods in goal shooter, getting the first one to drop.
And it should be an exciting game. Parkville Panthers have led for most of this season and had a couple of terrific wins over the Valley Wolves in their past encounters. Both sides full of talent, and Parkville Panthers have played in so many grand finals, so much experience. And Cam Allen, just coming off a loss for City Heat in Premier Men's, is out there and goal shooter once again for the Valley Wolves. We're only a minute in, and it's a great start already. 1 goal apiece for our goal shooters.
Reset option from Xana Woods with a really high release, trying to find Ellie Layden there, allowing the Valley Wolves to get up there. Karina Martin in wing defence, very high intensity and work rate will be making it tough. And the feet a little bit long for Connor Lilly there, unable to keep the ball in play.
Yeah, Karina was terrific in that wing defence position last week.
And the thing I love to see from a wing defence like Karina, not just the high intensity in defence, but the ability to drive up the court and help the team work the ball up there. And a beautiful feed there into Cameron Allen. Ball getting fed there from Monique Nagel.
And Monique Nagel may be putting up some passes now, but found her range with the shot in the prelim final. And you can see a couple of the Falcons players from the previous match having a rest on the bench, but complete and utter faith in the terrific players that are Tristan Comans in centre for Panthers and Connor Lilly in that goal attack bib. Both come through the junior ranks of the Victorian Men's Mixed Netball Association's state program. Slight miscommunication from Xana Woods and Ellie Layden, both with experience at A&L level. Xana with the Magpies and Ellie Layden having been a Victorian Fury player previously. Quick hands there. Coming from the Wolves.
Great work from Tiani Farrell to be able to find herself hitting circle edge on the top and being patient on the feed, ending up getting the ball in the hands of Nagel, and there's a perfect example of her with a beautiful shot, knocking that one down for the Wolves.
Certainly come out firing, have the Valley Wolves. And just getting caught with both the fresh haircut and the fresh contact is Brayden Pastor. Obviously wanted a bit of speed and dynamics. Connor Lilly with a little sneaky pass in. Xana Woods should sink that. And I'm loving watching Xana Woods up against Al Punchin. The power couple of netball, that is for sure. And
a little bit of a friendly bump there from Xana Woods into Liv Taylor there, but saving her at the same time.
B&L teammates, so they know each other well, train with each other weekly. Monique Nagel with that curious action, but it's a curious action that normally works for her. And it does on that occasion once again with the offload. Connor Lilly out strong, Ellie Layden finding the circle edge. Oh, a hand somehow getting in there, but ripped in. Lilly with the finish.
Yeah, I think Lilly may be fortunate that Al Punchin wasn't quite ready to pull that one in himself. Normally, Lilly you'd expect to pull that one in, but a little bit of a fumble as he works his way into the game.
Yeah, quite a creative goaler, Connie Lilly. See him in action for the men's open reserve for Victoria this year. It was eligible for younger age groups.
Great closeout by Taylor there, putting pressure outside the circle, not allowing an easy offload to the mid-quarter, but getting called for an obstruction there will be important to try and stay in play.
4 goals apiece. It's not even 5 minutes gone. That's a long ball from Tristan Coman. Comes through, and the patient looking for the low angles. Just showing that sometimes the smarts in goals is not always about working to the high player. You can just work a low game and create something that Xana Woods does. Sneaky little 3 in a row puts them up for the first time since the first goal.
And here's Nagel really helping work this ball up the court. Sorry, Karina Martin. And it was Patch getting a hand onto that one, but the ball deflected out of court on the sideline with Johnny Farrell to take this sideline throw in.
And we saw such good connection between her and Nagel last week in particular. As another goal sinks Monique Nagel, giving remnants of a bit of a Cath Day night shooting action and not mad about it. Ali Layden trying to be a little bit too tricky on that little right-hand offload, but Connor Lilly with the turnover.
It was a beautiful set-up play by the Panthers. The screen was on in the cross-court, but it was the hands-over pressure by Braden Pastore not allowing the feed. But Lilly was able to get that ball back as we see the replay. Beautiful intercept there.
And umpire Jaddy Young just indicating where the throw-in is. Al Punchin not realising the ball's getting past the post. Xana Woods very sneaky.
Deceptively, she had her eyes for the post and maybe 2 balks at it, but it was on the third release, maybe as she was running time, pushing the held ball, but great play off the post to get her own shot up.
And a massive threat at the post. Xana Woods honed her craft the last few years very well. Braden Pastore just waiting for someone to open up. As a little bit of a waist hold to try and land properly from Jake Hendricks on Cameron Allen.
Very smart play from Nagel, balking the ball up, forcing Georgette Patch to try and work around and drawing the contact on the arms of Allen.
And what experienced defender is Georgette Patch. Played with this Parkville side alone for a number of years, but played VNL through both Falcons and then the Cougars. And just, you know, in her spare time, just a medical doctor as well.
Contact called here on Braden Pastore as he went for the intercept here, but Tristan Coman's able to pull the ball in there.
Yeah, threw a bit of an errant arm, which didn't pay off on that occasion with the late. Just checking the obstruction distance. Al Punchin, another quick goal. 7.5 minutes gone. First quarter action of Premier Mixed MLeague here from State Netball Centre in Melbourne. You're coming to us live on KO. Freebies, you're coming to us live on the Vimna and Netball Victoria Facebook pages.
Georgette Patch, great control on that, driving through the ball, able to pull the ball in, and credit to Tristan Comans putting the pressure up high, making it a difficult pass. And there's a long ball in from Georgette Patch. Beautiful feed, finding Xana Woods at the post. Off 1 foot, getting the goal to go.
Going to want to stop here, the Valley Wolves. Stem the tide slightly. That has been 6 in a row to Parkville Panthers to put them up by 2. 8 goals to 6. Comes flying through Connor Lilly. A bit disappointing with himself. Don't think he should be. It was worth the effort and it just draws the penalty.
The defensive intensity from Panthers there, forcing the Wolves to reset at the transverse line, utilising Punchin. We definitely need to see the constant drives from the Wolves here to continue to get the ball up the court. The Panthers are making them work hard for it.
And just getting maybe a contact goal by the looks of it. Tristan Coman provides Valley Wolves with another goal and centre pass. Chance to bring it back to even. Looking back through Al Punchin. Wanting a connection. This defensive pressure has really lifted from the Panthers. That's what's caused all those goals in a row. Wanting to score, wanting an option. Tiana Farrell just...
Yeah, I'd really like to see the Wolves continuing moving here. Here we just see the 2 mid-quarters a little bit stagnant, both finding themselves in the pocket, and there was no forward movement to the ball at all. So it was a high ball that was forced over, allowing the Panthers to have a hunt at it, but still able to score, bring it back to 8 goals each.
And it was a beautiful defensive spatial effort there. Saw Bridget Orton taking up space, given the illusion that there was on, and Hedricks just taking it. Xana Woods slightly off balance, gets it through beautifully. Connor Lilly, just the importance of sometimes as a goaler, just stand still and it's going to come.
I like that Xana Woods recognising that she took the ball on the back foot, making sure that she didn't get called for the step. And the Panthers here able to get the ball to go their way off the Wolves' centre pass.
A nice little turnover for the Panthers. 9-8. Hesitating. No option coming forward. But getting caught out with the little sneaky one is Cameron Allen with a little hold.
But Martin getting the ball back for the Wolves here. Got to make sure that they capitalise on this again here.
And then the Braden Pastor drive. Little flick, straight onto the edge of the circle. Provides this feed that results in another Nagel goal. Bringing it back 9 goals apiece. Centre pass with the Panthers. Just over 4 minutes to go. Oh!
Look at the cross ball caught there. We all saw it coming. Alistair Punchin extending for the ball, but unable to get hands to it. Lily unable to convert this, but it'll stay in the possession of the Wolves. Great deflection from Leighton back into the goalers.
It was a really lovely setup then, despite what looked like cross court. There was clear communication with what was going on between all of those players. Provided great backspace and an open circle. Will we see an open circle here for the Panthers in defence? Patch having a fly.
She read the ball well there, and it's a good one to go for. She recognised that Nagel had popped outside, so it was her opportunity to have her go at that ball, but Allen able to pull it in and convert. Great coverage from Pastore on the outside, and Al Punchin with the deflection. It'll be the Panthers throw-in sideline.
One of the few miscommunications, I would say, from this Panthers attack line so far. The pressure on the Leighton feed has been tough. She's struggling to see into the circle.
And we're seeing both goalers doing similar movements at time, dodging forwards and then really wanting to go hard for the backspace. It was first, I think, Xana Woods there and then Connor Lilly, both doing the same movements. But they're able to finish off that play well. And Tiani Farrell with a long feed in there, finding Allen.
And a miscommunication on the feed, but a hand somehow touching it.
He seems a little bit surprised there, Hedrick's pleading that it did not come off him.
But I've got a feeling it may come off one Georgette Patch just before that little fingertip. As Cameron Allen makes no mistake with this one. 11 apiece with centre pass. 2.5 minutes to go. First quarter of Premier Mixed Grand Final from the State Netball Centre here in Parkville. Al Woods. Al Punchin working his way around Xana Woods very well on that one. And a footwork call. She had set the penalty. Just been sucked in a little bit. Try and do the sneaky goaler, push it forward. And umpire Young just saying, no, I'll have none of that. That is footwork. Now under 2 minutes to go.
Farrell opting to step in there that little bit, and it was great hands over pressure from Comans, and it's Hedrick's work rate that was able to get this one on his side this time.
And that's what, when you do some continued pressure, you can get those turnovers happening. Minute and a half, little give and go. Circle edge Leighton, a bit too much on it. But that drive was superb. Al Punchin off balance, Orton finds it.
I think it'll be really important for Panthers to take control, and it's Georgette Patch that puts her hands up, telling the team to be composed, let's work the ball circle edge, and it's Leighton that now takes the hard ball.
And sorry, that wasn't Orton. They have made a change there, Panthers. I'll try and get some vision of who that is. Orton has gone on the bench. Similar blonde hair, though. Woods now with the penalty inside. Finds Lily. Rare miss from him, falling a little bit short. Trying to keep it in is Al Punchin. Just saying, was I already out of court? Because I thought I kept it in. And it's Lily Walsh in the wing defence bib. Sneaky little pass, doesn't come off for Xana Woods.
And
normally
now
would.
Just 40 seconds, it's Martin streaming down the court, able to pull it in by the help of Nagel along the sidelines. And Tristan Comans with a great read and intercept here now. Let's see Parkville Panthers if they're able to score this one to finish off the quarter going up.
Just struggling now for a little bit of depth on the drive. Ellie Leighton is going for the little give and go high up near the transverse line. Got the penalty now. Normally pretty good at finding the circle edge. Just wondering where the penalty is. Still 7 seconds to go. Woods will have enough time to sink this. Especially now there's a penalty on the shorten. And sinks the goal for a couple in a row. There is 12 goals, 11. Leading into the break here at the State Netball Centre. What a big first quarter we've had. We might take a quick break and we'll return for the second quarter. Offload, but Connor Lilly with the turnover.
It was a beautiful setup play by the Panthers. The screen
On that little right-hand offload, but Connor Lilly with the turnover.
It was a very smart play from Nagel, walking the ball up, forcing Georgette Patch to run.
And just in his spare time, just a medical doctor as well.
On that, driving through the ball, able to pull the ball in, and credit to Tristan Comins putting the pressure up high, making it a difficult pass. And there's a long ball in from Georgette Patch, beautiful feed, finding Xana Woods at the post. Pass.
A nice little turnover for the Panthers. 9 goals to 8, hesitating, no option comes. Getting caught out with the little sneaky one is Cameron Allen with the little hole.
But Martin getting the ball back for the Wolves here. Got to make sure that they capitalise on this. It will stay in possession of the Wolves. Great deflection from Layden back into the goalers.
Welcome back to what you can see is the Melbourne Sports Centres. It is the State Netball Centre here in Parkville in Melbourne on NARM. My name is Matthew Blomley. Alongside me is James Robertson. This is the Premier Mixed Grand Final of MLeague here in Vimna. Robbo, what a first quarter we had.
Absolutely fantastic start there by both teams. It was the Valley Wolves that I think came out firing right from the starting whistle and able to get some great scores on the board. But Parkville Panthers went on a great 6-goal run to be able to pull it back, and now up just 1 goal to start this second quarter as we find Pastoria able to pull in a tough ball, now looking to connect into the goalers here. Finding Cameron Allen there. And great finish over the extended arms of Jake Hedricks.
They were great extended arms there from Jake Hedrick. He varied up over shot, 2 hands over, trying to put some doubt and really trying to work the ball over shot. It's a great first goal for the Wolves, keeping it on centre pass. Long lead out from Woods. We see Comins glide around the edge of the circle.
Comins is doing so well to own this centre position. Of course, the Parkville Panthers have incredible depth to their team, currently with the likes of Riley Richardson and Brodie Roberts on the bench after they've just played in their own men's grand final. But Tristan Comins is making the position his own, and I think Riley might have to work for it if he wants to come on at any stage. His Hedrick's getting it high up for the ball and getting the deflection.
You can see the setup that they wanted to come off, didn't quite get the execution. Couldn't wait too much longer to release that pass though, because Nagel didn't have a chance to get around. Would have been held. Xana Woods, quick feet.
Beautiful hold there from Connor Lilly, but the ball is going to get called back to Comins here in the pocket. Out of play is Braden Pastoria.
Yeah, it was a terrific ball in there from Comins. Where's the advantage? But the whistle had gone very quickly on the penalty. And our Puncheons now Alpunchin rather with the penalty inside. Beautiful front hold. As Connor Lilly finds another one. 2 in a row for them, 14-12. Just 2 minutes gone this second quarter. The centre pass through Ellie Layden.
And this is where Panthers can be so dangerous, where they can score in consecutively so quickly. And Connor Lilly able to pull that one in. They're just extending that lead out to 3 now, but the Wolves are definitely going to have to take precious care of this ball to try and convert, to not allow this lead to stretch any further for the Panthers.
And you saw a bit of a wall set up there. It was really pressuring at that line, pressuring that middle space. Panthers being very smart there. And there's Casey Dunstan in that wing attack position now. We saw that change last week as well. Will probably take a few minutes to find her rhythm. Nagel with the front shot, doesn't miss. Pat's just caught with the obstruction behind and looks down and goes, you know what? Yeah, it probably was.
Called for the contact on the body here by Braden Pastore. And a screen set by Tristan Comans trying to get Xana Woods open, who offloads to Connor Lilly. Beautiful take, spinning in the air.
And immediately picking up the workload here, takes some attention away from Xana Wood in the circle. Expect her to probably go for the next couple of shots for them as Hedricks mops up the loose ball. And quick outlet, we're looking down the court. Outlet, and long and in. Coleman's just waiting for a little open, little tap.
And a great hold again by Lilly, opening up the other side of the court, and Coleman's able to pass that over.
This is a terrific work rate. They've really come out determined, have Parkville Panthers in this first 3.5 minutes. Woods just how still in the goal circle and not out of court or even outside the goal circle on that one means that people have got to commit to her. Oh, interesting footwork on that one, but it works. And that's another 3 in a row that's boosting this lead now. Is 18-13. Valley Wolves need a score off their centre pass. They need an option off their centre pass. They don't have one. It's mopped up by Ellie Layden. The importance of, even if you're telling people to go back, you've still got to create an option up forward, even if it's late. Woods will wait for it to open. 4 in a row, Parkville Panthers. That is the way you boost out a lead with the centre pass. Coleman's wanting something long.
Doing well to hold them up that little bit now, the Wolves. Thought it was good hands over there by Karina Martin, but called for the obstruction.
And it's, although it might be considered a bit of a flat angle, it's working well overall, but just needs the next ball to be not as flat. Where are the options here? Needs Braden Pastore a long way away and probably looking up the middle was punching.
And here he is, pulling in the ball. Off balance here, but getting called for the footwork just as his foot hobbled on that take.
And Lily Walsh just checking where the penalty was and proceeds to look down the court. Just getting caught a little bit of the Wolves mid-court defence with trying to body up and maybe need to work his feet a little bit more just to create a little bit of change. There's the obstruction for Alpunchin with Taylor goes flying, but rare miss there from Xana Wood. Don't normally expect her to miss those ones, but the hands here. This is the second efforts that we have seen from this Panthers side. Oh, what a fly there, Liv Taylor.
Yeah, Liv Taylor doing a great job to make these feeds him very difficult, but Connor Lilly with a beautiful roll there to be able to be on the end of it once Ellie Layden pulled that one in the pocket.
Just setting the penalty once more. Alpunchin just releases the ball back to the centre pass to give a brief break. All of a sudden this is 7 goals and that's not what it was looking like at any point in that first quarter. This centre pass pressure once again from Panthers, really stifling the drive from the Wolves. Wanting that give and go is Pastore, it's not on. is looking slightly panicked there, unfortunately for Casey Dunstan.
Oh, Dunstan doing a great job to get hands in on that ball though, but ball will stay with Panthers and Layden pulling this one back.
Oh, tough feed. Just losing the communication for a brief moment. Lilly looking like he had an option, and we just see a replay of that. Just caught spinning around slightly on the punch and body. Better drive out here from the Wolves. Wanting the connection, finds it.
Definitely need some more forward movement here from the Wolves though. But credit to the Panthers doing so well to keep the mid-quarters high and giving them no easy passes to offload to.
And it's not just the work of our centres and wing defences there. It is the circle defenders really doing the effort to push high as well. Valley Wolves with their third goal of the quarter as we reach the halfway mark, quarter two, grand final action. Briefly hearing footsteps, but pulls it in. Connor Lilly.
Great control by Lilly, able to play that ball to himself, reground his footwork before he turns to post for the finish.
And whilst they've cleaned up the first drive at the centre pass, still struggling a little bit on the second.
And both goalers have found themselves outside the circle there, but now with the contact called, they're able to get themselves in.
Offside call, it would seem. Yeah, much before the contact maybe occurred.
Georgette Patch hard on the body there, but Nagel able to pull this in.
Yeah, certainly makes you work for everything. Oh, what a shot by Nick Nagel. Makes you work for every single ball, does Patch. Very smart, just knowing the player was going to come with the back foot, said no thank you.
And here we go with some great work rate from the Wolves defence, making the Panthers reset the ball twice as Xana Woods now opts for the cross court, finding Layden pocket.
And the offload, we knew it was coming. It was just when, and Xana Woods with her second of the quarter. The lead is Sevens, 22-15, 6 minutes to go, second quarter of Premier Mixed Grand Final from Parkville. Brought to you here on Court 11. You may be wondering why on Court 11. Beautiful court to call the game from. Melbourne Boomers are playing on Court 1 at the moment, and they're taking precedence as Cameron Allen with his third of the quarter.
I love to see that Cameron Allen was there for the backup when Braden Pistori found himself off balance. And as Liv Taylor able to get a positive gain here for the Wolves, and now Dunstan up the other end, circle edge, connecting to Allen again.
And that was a lovely drive there. That's what Dunstan can do, and probably hesitated a little bit at doing. Back in her drive. It's 2 in a row for, and can they get the centre pass as well?
I'm loving to see the defence end of the Wolves being able to help bring the ball down a few times in a row now, making that a little bit easier for the mid-quarters for the Wolves, getting depth up the court.
And Hedrick's just getting called blind for that moment, provides the opportunity.
And there's been a substitution for the Panthers as we see Brodie Roberts step on court for the first time now in the goal attack position for the Panthers.
And it certainly changes the workload. Ali Layton just being called for the contact, probably trying to set up for a hold there, but didn't quite work out. It was difficult to see from this position. And the other change we've actually seen as well is blonde wing defence for blonde wing defence, with Bridget Orton returning into the wing defence position for the Parkville Panthers. A little kickback and maybe just releasing the ball, a struggle for Wolves. And Hedrick's a little bit frustrated with that one, but just held on a little bit long for it to be a contest, as Cam Allen really making him work now.
Yeah, the Wolves doing very well to pull this margin back to just 3 goals now.
Pastor just slightly off balance, something that he often does.
There was a very long drive from Allen coming out of the circle, but Hedricks was hot on his tail, so Pistori had the doubt to release that ball, knowing that Hedricks is likely to get his hand in on it. And it's Patch caught out of the play now, with Nagel popping along goal line.
Short shot. Didn't look quite right off the hand, that one, but somehow falls to the feet of Kamali. You see a little smirk on his face. He's not sure how he pulled that one away.
It doesn't have to be pretty. All that matters is it gets through there, and it was a deflection off a knee that bounced back in Alum's favour. Just 2 goals the margin now. Let's see if Brodie Roberts can get this one to stretch it back.
And he does. That's his first. And not surprising there. Was in hot form in the Premier Men's game just before and certainly got a bit of a rest when needed. That was the luxury that the Altona Falcons had.
One thing for the Wolves to look out for here is that they're not too reliant on the defenders bringing this ball up the court.
It can become predictable and certainly taking some pressure off maybe the defence from the Panthers because they don't have to put as much effort in. But that was a great little play there from the Wolves attack line. And beautiful angle. Oh, somehow passing it off the post, keeps it on without it being using the post.
There were a couple of oohs and ahs, and can he do that? And yes, he did.
As we just see a replay of that, and my gosh, how? How, Brodie Roberts, how?
I think that's the only way to describe it sometimes, simply Brodie Roberts.
It's going to become an adjective in itself. That Brodie Roberts, that crucial turnover here as they were getting a bit of a run on. Valley Wolves, Parkville looking to really shut down. And tough ball, but taken in. We thought that ball was going to go low into Xana Woods.
I think that's just a perfect example that Brodie Roberts is such a threat when he steps on. Often does find the other goaler, but that time offloading to the mid-quarter.
And Braden Pastor just getting the caution for the contact there. Just going to need to adjust to really be able to put an effort in consistently because the next one, of course, is a warning. Little sneaky low ball. Both defenders are ready for it, but still managing to pull it in. Off balance, Roberts on that one. The only reason that miss, pulled in Al Punchin. Casey Dunstan with a great drive, and this is what I'm liking to see from her. Waiting for someone open, a good little sell of the ball. Nagel should sink it. She does.
What a beautiful mid-range shot there. Beautiful finish by Nagel, able to make the most of that opportunity. Keeping this margin at just 3 goals at the moment are the Wolves. Going to need continual movement, and here we find Alum a long way from home. And it's Bridget Orton able to get the deflection and pull that one in. Beautiful play by Roberts, playing the ball to himself, waiting for Alistair Punchin to bite and have a go to the ball, and he says, no, you won't. I'm going to offload that and find Xana Woods at post.
And the hard thing for that one, for any defender out there, is Al did exactly what he needed to do, was attempt that. It was just unfortunate he couldn't quite get the hands to it. If he had left it, Brodie Roberts was going to let that bounce all the way to post.
Too right. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. All you can do is try. We're down to 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Let's see the Wolves to be able to finish off with a goal to bring it back to 4 goals. Alum calling for the ball at post, but Hedrick's called for the contact as he worked his way around the body, and it'll be Nagel to put this shot up on the buzzer.
He says, oh no, but I don't think he realised what his bottom arm was doing on that one as Nagel sinks a crucial shot there. As we go in court time, the top arm was beautiful with the deflection. Other arm was right in the body, maybe a little bit too long. As we go into half-time, 27 the way of Parkville Panthers. It is 23 the Valley Wolves. The margin got out as much as 5, got back to as much as 2 again, sitting at 4. James Robertson, what's your takeaway from a second quarter like that?
Yeah, isn't it great to see? We definitely have an exciting second half ahead of us. I'd really like to see the Wolves keep the pressure on. They did so well to not allow the Panthers to get their consecutive run, and actually they were able to work it in favour of themselves. I think that we saw the Wolves become a little bit stagnant in the attack end, but it was to the credit of Dunstan and the movement and the defenders continually working the ball through the court that they're able to connect it smoothly into the goalers.
And let's see if these connections can continue for either side. Expect some changes in the Parkville Panthers, and wouldn't be surprised to see something happen here with the Valley Wolves. Big second half of action coming to you live on KO Freebies here. It's MLeague Premier Mixed Grand Final. inside the goal circle on that one. Means that people have got to commit to her. Oh, interesting footwork on that one, but it will change. It's obstruction for Al Punchin if Taylor goes flying, but oh, rare miss there from Xana Wood. Don't hands here. This is the second efforts that we have seen from this Panthers side. Oh, what a fly there. Liv Taylor.
Yeah, Liv Taylor doing a great job to make these feeds in very difficult, but Connor Lilly with a beautiful roll there to be able to be on the end of it once Ellie Lake.
Oh, tough feed just for Wolves. And Hedrick a little bit frustrated with that one, but just held on a little bit long for it to be a contest. As beautiful angle. Oh, somehow passing it off the post, keeps it on without it being using the post. Welcome back to State Netball Centre here in Parkville, Melbourne, Victoria. It is the premier mixed grand final of MLeague for Vimna. Coming to you live on KO Freebies, the Vimna Facebook, and of course Netball Victoria Facebook pages. Thank you to Netball Victoria for their help with our coverage. Once again this year we are thrilled to have you on board. It's 27-23 in the way of Parkville Panthers with a centre pass. James Robertson, what are you expecting from this second half?
Man, this is going to be exciting. It was such a great way to open up the game in that first half. Currently just 4 goals margin for the Panthers and now 5, but the intensity from the Wolves has been fantastic. It'll just be so important for the players to connect down. A few changes that we now see Tiani Farrell in the goal attack for the Wolves as she's collected by a shoulder of Riley Richardson, who is now on court as the centre for the Panthers, who's making an impact quickly. 2 hard collisions and he's called for the contact as he hangs his head coming back to be out of play.
And speaking of changes, seen James Story come on into the goal shooter bib there for the Wolves and changed up in the keeper position. Tristan Comans goes from centre into goalkeeper, and make no mistake on that height difference, this boy can jump. He will get up there for any of those tall balls.
And right on Q, as you say that, Tristan Coman's elevating in a great front position to deny James Story the ball. And now it's Riley Richardson connecting to Brodie Roberts in the goal attack. And we've seen it.
Denies what Parkville Panthers are about to do. They're going to deny it with their own shot.
And we're just going to wait a moment now as time has been called for the ball to be brought back into play and Brodie Roberts to put the shot up.
And quick little change occurring here. Parkville Panthers have called it as an injury time. It looks like Georgette Patch coming for a little rest. Might have just taken a little knock before Bridget Orton, more than capable goal defence, replacing her from the wing defence position.
Oh, well done, Liv Taylor, recognising the low ball and working her feet around, but I think it might have been Brodie Roberts just closer to get hands on the ball first.
Oh, what I dare
close.
say was it was clean for the first bit, but then it was the attempt from the ground. Obviously, in netball, we can't play the ball from the ground. It was a free pass, thus the shot does not count
for Roberts, despite a beautiful shot and the swish.
And that is something he is normally all over. He is normally fully aware of that. Just taking a breath, maybe not realising Story now mid-range doesn't want it just yet. Tiana Farrell just slightly off balance.
Taking
not off
that
balance on
step
shot.
in, it did not phase her getting the shot to go. Sensible play by James Story, recognising that he was maybe a little bit further out of his range than he'd like, offloading the ball.
Yeah, a bit further out than he'd probably normally like overall, but also considering the point in the game, he hasn't had any shots really till that point because he's only just come on and sinks his first. 2 apiece to start off this quarter. Centre pass now with Parkville with the 5-goal lead. Wood selling Braden Pastor just with the stronghold, might be a way of putting it. Really trying to work the body there of Richardson, who was not going to budge. This going in, we all know it. Roberts wants it.
And a very strong body positioning from Xana Woods in the way of Al Punchin, making it difficult for him to get arms over the shot there. The margin currently at 5 goals in favour of Parkville Panthers.
With a side like the Panthers, very experienced at finals level. It's going to be a tough ask here of Valley Wolves, but they're certainly doing everything they can. Story just missing it off the front, needs the flick. It falls without hitting anything as he tries to correct it. Comans comes up with the rebound. Layden just with a little stepping around. That's Farrell with the contact. We just see that replay of that shot again. Just missing everything, not getting the flick he wanted. Oh, the angle there from the Panthers. Sublime.
Such high IQ from Brodie Roberts, able to hold such a great position of Al Punchin and then such a strong burst of speed to pull the ball in. And Al Punchin not allowing Brodie Roberts to get his own rebound there.
That is a great transition, I say, bar that one pass, to really just bring it down beautifully with the then offload. And Coman's just getting around the body. Farrell's going to be careful with a couple of her feeds. She brings it up, but she balks it a lot. It's probably going to bring a bit of attention for a held ball that might not be there. Oh.
And he is laden with a great thread into Xana Woods. Beautiful pass.
Obsessed with that drive from Xana Woods. She just finds the space. Her and Roberts just know each other's game so well. So different to the way Roberts plays with other goalers as well. He's able to work to the strengths of Xana Wood.
Long ball we see from Liv Taylor finding Braden Pastore and then connects onto Story. Not missing that one.
Parkville just being patient now. The interesting thing that notice happening here is Brodie Roberts playing a bit of a holding role, letting Woods take some attention away as we see Punchin and Woods having a little bit of a friendly biff. Don't want to be in their car ride home tonight. Valley Wolves struggling to find an option ahead. There's some big hands going on. Orton bodying up high.
And it was a flick by Farrell that was looking for Story, but it was out of reach of him. And now the Panthers looking to drive up the court as Taylor very high, having a jump, but working back now. And a long release from Richardson, but that was not going to connect to Xana Woods with Al punching in the way.
And he knows that was a terrible pass and spends a moment just reflecting on it. And that is smart there by Story, just waiting for the jump from Comans, waiting for the obstruction to come, drawing the penalty.
Great burst of speed here from Richardson, driving straight to circle edge once he threw that centre pass. And another give and go. His feet are moving, swinging the ball to Layden in the other side pocket.
I'm not sure his feet touched the ground at any point then. Seemed to just stay in the air. I'm not sure we've got a frame rate fast enough for that.
He is very quick on his feet, that's for sure. And it's Farrell with another long bomb from the transverse into Story. Beautiful elevation from Comans there, but he did jump through the hoop.
And umpire Amy Winchkin saying, you know what, that went through that already, so that is a goal. We don't need to bring that back. Still is 6-goal margin here.
And here is Martin not allowing that ball into Layden, but Layden will be able to take the throw in from sideline. Xana Woods looking open at post. She sees it.
Oh!
And despite Liv Taylor's best effort, the ball got touched, came off the post, and then Xana Woods still able to get that goal to go in.
It just fell perfectly in the end. So Xana Woods, she was in the right place at the right time, that's for sure. Wolves still trying to work something through. They are really starting to find this connection with Story now. Really finding that open front spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see a defensive change there just to mix it up. So we hear the talk of middle from Al Punchin. And going to work at circle edge. No, ignore him. Ignore the ignore. The whistle had well and truly gone. Players sometimes a little bit too quick even for the reaction time. There's a lovely long shot, Xana Woods. Here we go with Wolves waiting for something to happen. That angle again, they're finding Story well. That front space, a bit hesitant on this close one. Just thinking, do I get my flick right? I've got it again on this. One thing Layden's doing really well in that wing attack position is really selling with her body the movement.
And it was a contact call on centre Riley Richardson there, just confirming with the umpire what it was for as he was running up the court as the Wolves transition well.
And whilst he's asking what it was for, the umpire doesn't have to say other than indicate what the penalty is until the break. They can ask the question at that point. 36-31, it's just under 6 minutes to go here, third quarter. Plenty of action left here on KO Freebies. Just asking for the penalty to be set. Where it's set, who's actually out of play. And the little low pass not working off there. Casey Dunstan not able to hold her space.
Yeah, beautifully well read by Lily Walsh, able to get her hands in there, getting that deflection. And it's Riley Richardson driving over the body of Liv Taylor, but the contact will be called on her.
Liv Taylor probably would have been all right had she not gone into a brace position quite so much there.
And as Riley steps in Braden Pastore's hands, we're able to deflect the ball. And the ball flies down court, finding James Story now.
And what needs to happen is just getting on with the game. Is when the call goes against you, sometimes you just got to switch on pretty quickly. Otherwise, you get a quick turnover ball, 2 in a row. Under 5 minutes. 4 goals are different, 36-32. State Netball Centre here. Premier mixed action as Braden Pastore gets another set of hands.
Did so well to match Riley Richardson's speed there. Not many players can do that, able to get the deflection. Physical body on body. Braden Pastore called for a contact on Richardson.
And the quick hands and these quick angles is one thing that Panthers are doing so well.
Stretching this back to just 5 goals of the Panthers. The Wolves so important that they convert on this to not allow them to stretch this any further. Opting for a cross-court ball now with Liv Taylor, finding Dunstan. High ball to Pistorius as Comans goes hunting.
And the penalty is taken. He just goes for a bit of a barrel roll and goes, I think might need a towel there as well. We see that replay. Comans not even sure how he ended up there himself, despite throwing himself at it.
Fortunate for Story not to get called on the replay of receiving that ball. There was a little bit of a fumble. It definitely wasn't as clean as he would have liked to take it. And
that would have been horrific for them at that point, having quickly taken the penalty to finish off. Puts him within 4 goals, 37-33. It is 3 minutes 45 to go in third quarter of this Premier Mixed Grand Final as Pastor just getting caught on the obstruction of the centre pass on the edge. Oh, these angles once again, they're lovely to watch.
Absolutely. Fantastic connection by these players. Know where they want the ball, but also creating the space to move into.
Brodie Roberts once again just checking where the penalty was to be taken. And now the defensive effort here from the Panthers, they're really trying to step it up, really trying to get hands over it.
We can see Riley Richardson more than happy to come off the body, looking to create a lot of pressure and maybe go for an intercept. Farrell looking in backspace, but at Story, which is presenting forwards to the ball.
Story has done well since he's come on, other than that initial hesitation. Certainly providing a good target for the Valley Wolves. Speaking of good targets, Brodie Roberts, he knows it wasn't quite the way he wanted to pull it in. Quickly gets back on defense though. Throw in, and wanting to get on.
Credit to Alistair Punchin getting the quick feet around the body, getting the ball to fall in their favour. And it's a long ball from Farrell. Beautiful release. Having Comans hunting high for the intercept, thinking it was going to go to a mid-quarter. But as we've seen now, Farrell's great vision into the goals and willing to throw that ball.
The way he just held that up made it look like it was going one place, and it was just that execution.
And here he is, as I mentioned, Riley Richardson looking for these intercepts up through the court. He's got the speed and he reads the ball so well. Cross-court ball with a tough one to pull in for Pastore.
Desperately trying to get that one, as he often does, as Richardson. Gianni Farrell, great mid-range shot with under 2 minutes to go. 38-36, centre pass here with Parkville. Just 2 goals of difference with under 2 minutes to go. Still plenty of time in this quarter, mind you. Just getting caught on the obstruction. Al Punchin, as Liv Taylor had found herself around the body. Roberts will be so smart with this one. And obstruction just creeping in there. Taylor on the jump. Xana Woods will not let that one miss though. Crucial goal there for Parkville. Keeping it at 3 again. Farrell. Bullet overhead pass. The pace it's put on.
And isn't Farrell just controlling this ball up the court so well? But Dunstan unable to find anyone to offload the ball to when she was circle edge.
Got a little bit, unfortunate footwork call there against Lily Walsh. A little bit of a reprise there on circle edge. That is a good offload there. Gianni Farrell really stepped up this quarter, must say, as we find Story, and we just see that footwork call again. 39-37, just over 30 seconds to go. Third quarter, Premier Mixed.
Strong drives from Richardson through the court here, able to get himself circle edge now. Expect Brodie Roberts to finish this one for the Panthers. Just 20 seconds left now in the hands of the Wolves centre pass.
Exploited the mismatch well on that one. Forced just a little bit after being some clear communication with 9 seconds to go. There's still plenty of time to get the ball down for another score, and this is something they can certainly do. Brodie Roberts closes the circle. You can't see that on screen.
Riley Richardson looking for a long bomb, finding Brodie Roberts playing off the post with just milliseconds running down on the clock there.
as we just see a replay of that. It had been put back onto the court by the looks of it initially. I had looked off briefly, see what was happening. And so fantastic as we see Al Punchin wondering what has happened on the ground there.
Very high IQ from Riley Richardson to finish off that play, getting the ball up court with the long bomb. The margin currently just 4 goals in favour in the Panthers, and this is going to be one hell of a finish.
One hell of a finish indeed. Please join us again for the 4th quarter. It's going to be a short break, and we'll be back. Final quarter, Premier Mixed, here on KO Freebies and on the Facebook for Netball Victoria and Vimna.
By the Panthers, the screen
On that little right-hand offload, but Connor...
Very smart play from Nagel, balking the ball up, forcing Georgette Patch to try.
And just, in her spare time, just a medical doctor as well.
On that, driving through the ball, able to pull the ball in.
A nice little turnover for the Panthers. 9 goals to 8, hesitating, no option coming forward. Getting caught out with a little sneaky one is Cameron Allen with a little hole.
But Martin! But they'll stay in the possession of the Wolves. Great deflection from Layden back into it. Farrell opting to step in there that little bit. It was great. Worked the ball circle edge, and it's Layden that now takes the hard ball.
Rare miss for him. Couldn't wait too much longer to release that pass though, because Nagel didn't have a chance to go on or even outside the goal circle on that one. It means that people have got to commit to her. Interesting footwork on that one, but it would have changed. His instructions for Al Punchin if Taylor goes flying, but hands here. This is the second effort that we have seen from this Panthers side. Oh, what a... Oh, tough feed just for Wolves. And Hedrick's a little bit frustrated with that one, but held on a little bit long for it to be a contest. Beautiful angle. Oh, somehow passing it off the post, keeps it on without it being using the post. Welcome back to MLeague Premier Mixed Grand Final action here from State Netball Centre in Melbourne. It is the Parkville Panthers and Valley Wolves. It has been a tight game. The margin at any break has been no more than 4 goals. So much action going on. Ebbs and flows. Panthers just seem to have that slight edge at the moment. Valley Wolves had a terrific 3rd quarter. Robbo, what did you take away from it?
Both teams are playing with such high intensity. I think this 4th quarter is going to be so important for the connection into the goalers, and we find Amy Stasi taking the court now in goal shooter for the Parkville Panthers.
That's an interesting change, and I think part of the thought process there will be she's a more than accurate goaler, and it's something different for the defenders to think about, who maybe knows Anna Woods' game slightly better. Crucial here for the Wolves to score as the margin's out to 5 with that centre pass.
There's a lot of voice on court from the Panthers communicating to each other, but it was the long ball in to Cameron Allen, returning back into the goal shooter position for the Wolves.
He just flew across from there. I'm not even sure he was actually on court when he initially jumped for that. That is how far his leap is. Brodie Roberts, make no mistake, will not miss this one.
Yeah, good vision and connection from Stars. I recognise him. Brodie Roberts is holding good front position there. There's a lot. And Allen, quite a long drive out on the 45 on the angle, but now coming back in. But Hedrick's very high intensity on Allen, but another pop as Hedrick's appeals for the push-off.
And this is where sometimes body weight, when you're pushing your weight back onto someone in a slight stance, the slight movement off you is going to feel like a push. Oh, the hunt from Liv Taylor was terrific. The ball goes flying onto the spare court where some of our crowd is. Fortunately picked up quite quickly.
Yeah, love to see Liv Taylor going for that with just 4 goals difference. It's only 2 turnovers, so it could be anyone's game from here. But Brodie Roberts, beautiful wraparound pass, finding Starza, keeping it at 5 goals for the moment.
And what a luxury being able to swap out the terrific Xana Woods to bring on an equally accurate goaler in Amy Starzer. And similarly at the other end, we're seeing Cameron Allen return into the goal circle. Just to mix it up, James Story having a seat. There is a lot going on as we, excuse us for losing our voice for a moment, there is a little bit just behind play with maybe an injury. We'll get back to you on that. Brodie Roberts just stepping it forward, drawing the contact just before the step, and sinks the shot with the move off and an injury time.
Yeah, it seemed to be Dunstan who was clutching at the Achilles or behind the heel potentially. So she'll be coming back to the sidelines now. But it's Tiani Farrell taking the bib in a wing attack, and someone that we're familiar with, Monique Nagel, back in the goal attack.
And this worked reasonably well for them in the first quarter, so worth a look at trying this again. Nagel should be able to sink a few shots here. I don't think we've seen the Nagel-Orton up against each other matchup, so it could be quite good here with the opportunity, despite the injury for Valley Wolves. 45-41, just 3 minutes gone in this fourth quarter. Still heaps of time here at the State Netball Centre. And Coman's just beautifully gliding onto the top of the circle. Oh, thought that was going to be in a phenomenal ball into post, but ended up in the defender's hands, just flew through.
Yeah, I think the ball just overshot the shoulder of Brodie Roberts and Liv Taylor able to pull it in. Here's Allen very high up the court to Farrell, circle edge pocket, and now Nagel turning around to put the ball up.
How good was that screen setup? Unfortunate, a rare miss from Nagel, one that fell short. The screen setup from the goalers was absolutely amazing, but will it be punished? Panthers now with it around the centre circle. Somehow the ball getting off the hands, but through from Starzer to Roberts. Roberts is holding this a long time. He's going to have to be careful if these penalties don't come on the obstruction, that he doesn't get the held. Always looks so patient though. Perhaps done something himself there, Roberts. I'm hearing call time, call time. Starzer doesn't seem to want to use the right hand so much, Roberts, but he is a natural lefty. Perhaps a bit of fatigue from the previous game kicking in. Here's Wolves try and get circle edge. Big hands there, Lily Walsh working the angle there. Hedricks working as much as he can to get around. Just coming in and contacting, and he did. I'm not sure why, the question is there. Cameron Allen with the finish. Barely 5 minutes gone in this fourth quarter rather. It's 46-42. It's still that same 4-goal margin. The sneaky little back foot offside.
Yeah, I think she'd done everything right, had she, Karina Martin, but unfortunately just the foot extending over the circle edge. But it's now going to come back in the hands of the Wolves with the contact called on Layden.
And you can see how determined they are with their drives through court. Hedricks just caught with the flying arm. Big, strong screen there coming from Allen, using every bit of that behind to keep them out. As we see Nagel, great goal, and going for 3 in a row here are the Wolves with their centre pass. It is 3 the difference, 46-43. Almost overcooked. Farrell, that feed, much better there into the circle. A little step flick, and Cameron Allen's really finding himself in this battle against Jake Hedricks, both Victorian men's opens players. I just have seen Hedricks in and around the Australian program as well. As Braden Bissor gets a little bit of the holding call there. Almost overcooked the swing his stars up, but she should sink this. Back with centre pass essentially, but 3 goals is the difference. Oh, bit too much fire on that, and you know if that one's gone over Cameron Allen's hands, it is a pretty high ball. The man can jump.
Really long ball across the court here from Lily Walsh, but Coman's able to pull it in despite Braden Pastori's pressure.
That was a great fly at it as well. Comans was very patient. Show not panicking.
And we've got Connor Lilly in the goal attack bib now for the Panthers, finding the body, looking to create a strong hold.
And just glides through the air on that goal line. Crucial goal there with the turnover from the centre path. Parkville Panthers going for 3 in a row themselves. And you can hear players saying pressure, pressure. Get some hands up. Farrell hoping she was 3 feet, not quite, drawing the contact.
Yeah, it's been a couple in a row now from Farrell there. She's got great pressure, but I'd really like to see maybe to get that extra bit of distance because her pressure's so valuable to be able to stay in play.
And driving so strong. I'd love seeing execution of this one. Coman's just getting a little bit tired, maybe on a couple of little silly infringements.
And we see Hedricks mixing up his movement, moving around the body, trying to keep Alum on his toes, but it's the Wolves able to convert, keeping this one close. Currently, the Panthers 48 to the Wolves 45. As Farrell drives pocket, circle edge, looking to connect to Nagel. But hands have gotten in the way, throw in for the Wolves.
Under 7 minutes to go now. It's the final quarter. It is absolutely Panthers to lose at this point. They're doing just enough to keep their margin. And imagine, I'm going to try and keep that going, but bringing it back to 2. Cameron Allen, Valley Wolves, 48-46.
You could nearly do nothing but gasp as that ball soared in from Nagel, finding Allen. Very difficult pass, but very well to finish with the goal.
And the positioning, the angles, oh, the refeed almost overcooked. But Lily shouldn't miss this as we draw a penalty. Holding it for just long enough, and lovely little shot there.
And Lily was definitely extended to the max to be able to pull that ball in once he did look to rework the ball around with his mid-quarters, but he did such a great job keeping his foot grounded and not getting called for footwork.
And Al Punchin really showing his leadership and experience as being the dominant driver of our defence and trying to be every option. Oh, Nagel, what a drive, and the swing. Comans manages to stay on side. Nifty little footwork effort there. So we see that again, and what a beautiful job that was. Oh, it's so hard to stop a Cameron Allen when he finds the front position, getting around that strong base.
Fantastic feed from Farrell there, though. Looking early, knew the pass was on, and great feed. Talking of great feeds, though, the ball down the other end, finding Connor Lilly with a great hold.
And trying to inject a bit of energy for this last period of this quarter.
Al Punchin, toes were creeping up to the sideline as he jumped out of court. Long ball up to find Alum.
And that long ball was brilliant. Allen pulled it in, bringing this margin back to 2. Starza just says, let me push that out to 3. As we see that long one again. Maybe a little nudge there. Difficult to see with so much going on. Edge of the circle, penalty outside. And you can really see Hedricks trying to work the body. In, yeah, but perhaps seeing the second action there, not the first on that one. Riley Richardson just says, let me put it through. Starza makes it count.
Richardson with a 2-hand overhead long bomb to Starza.
It was a beautiful pass and determined, and unfortunate with the breaking call, which is great here for Wolves as they just try and peg it back one more. There's been opportunities. Is this one of those moments? And just a lot going on in that goal circle. There's bodies everywhere. And for the most part, it is a contest. The top hand may have been clean, but the bottom hand certainly wasn't, pushing off the body.
It is definitely not easy for the Wolves to get the ball up through the court. There was a hard collision between Orton and Alum.
So much going on in that circle, so many strong bodies. And it's such a great tussle. 3 goals of difference, 52-49.
High release ball from Nagel. Alum able to pull this in. Bring it back to, again, just 2 goals as we're coming up with just 3 minutes 20 left on the clock now.
Panthers are going to do everything they can to secure this. Riley Richardson just driving, causing that one a little bit, but that was a smart play. Just over 3 minutes to go. They're just going to work it around till something opens.
Nice little settler there for Layden, just popping on top of the circle.
Smart there from Connor Lilly, blocking out Al Punchin from the defensive effort over shot. Starzan with another one. Under 3 minutes to go, 53-50. Waiting for someone to come.
Looking for the screen there was Allen trying to find the body of Orton. Offloading to the pocket is Farrell. Swinging big cross-court, pocket to pocket.
Oh, beautifully done, Hedrick. Oh,
but it will be called back.
Did not see what happened there. I must admit I was already looking off as we see a replay of it. And again, a bit of that bottom hand maybe collecting on the hole. Cameron Allen, though, 53-51, just over 2 minutes to go. It's the final quarter. What an exciting finish this is turning out to be. There has not been more than 5 or 6 goals in this for the entire match. Just getting some hands on it, says umpire Amy Witchcombe. And probably needing to chase that up should the Wolves, they're the ones who need to bring this back still. Working an angle, just getting the obstruction on the edge of the circle. Gives an opportunity for a goal to set up. Lilly trying to find a body, creating an angle. It's going to be swinged out. Starza.
Beautiful from Riley Richardson, following up on the pass now and happy to take time and reset with the defenders at the transverse line. And it's Al Punchin with a great deflection, appealing that it came off Connor Lilly after he touched it. But the call has been made. It'll be the Wolves throw-in on the goal line. Sorry, the Parkville Panthers throwing on the goal line.
There's definitely some kind of animal getting the throw in as we've got a minute and a half to go. Time has been held. Release in. Connor Lilly with a strong hold with the top space. Will take his time on this shot. Expect this one to go in. Ooh, almost rims out. Well finished though. Minute 20, 3 goals different. 54-51. Wolves need to score here. Hedricks beautifully kept in.
And saves it.
But the contact call.
Contact from the wing attack. Ellie Layden will bring it back to the Wolves, and it's Farrell. Nice overhead feed into Allen. It'll remain just 2 goals difference with just 1 minute in the fourth quarter.
Richardson very smart, deliberately sitting back a bit, but then running onto the play. Just getting the contact call on the one there. We see that long attempt again. Hedricks, it was fantastic effort, but the contact. Richardson will try and work the ball around. There is risk when you do this that you may get the intercept. Still looking to attack it, and this is what happens when you try and hold it up. There's still time. There's 30 seconds. Got to get it in. Got to get 2 shots here as the hole comes. Need to chase it down.
Riley Richardson.
Penalty on the outside. Offside, sorry. Got to look inside the circle. 19 seconds to go. Into Cameron Allen. Must get it back. 13. It's 1 goal down. It's centre pass. They're trying to hold it up. 10 seconds to go. Must release in. No one's an option in the circle. There's no goaler in there.
And there was 2 hands at the ball from the Wolves, knocking the ball out of court.
And the whistle has gone. That is the end of the match. That is time. Whew. What a finish. Panthers hold on. 54-53. Don't know about you, James, but I'm not sure where my voice was coming from for that last minute or so when it got that tight. What a match.
That's right. I think it's time for us to take a breath, for the players to take a breath. Congratulations to the Parkville Panthers for a very well-deserved win in this grand final after a great season. But credit to the Wolves to pushing that all the way through this grand final and finishing just 1 goal down. What a match we've been treated to. I believe it's grand final number 8 for the Panthers. They've been a dynasty over many years.
They really have. They've had a couple of different iterations of the side, but the core has remained the same. And sometimes they've won it, sometimes they've come out runners-up. This is one of those occasions. Well-deserved winners are the Parkville Panthers. 54-53. That's a fantastic match. We're just going to leave you briefly to catch our breath, and we'll return shortly with some medal presentations.
A little bit of a friendly bump there.
Just showing that sometimes the smarts in goals is not always about working to the high player. You can just work a low game and create something. Ali Layden trying to be a little bit too tricky on that little right-hand offload, but Connor Lilly with the turnover.
It was a beautiful setup play by the Panthers.
On that little right-hand offload, but Connor Lilly with the turnover.
It was a very smart play from Nagel, walking the ball up, forcing Georgette Patch to throw.
And just, in her spare time, just a medical doctor as well.
On that, driving through the ball, able to pull the ball in, and credit to Tristan Cohen's putting the pressure up high, making it a difficult pass. And there's a long ball in from Georgette Patch. Beautiful feed, finding Xana Woods at the post. Pass.
A nice little turnover for the Panthers. 9 goals to 8. Hesitating, no option comes. Getting caught out with a little sneaky one is Cameron Allen with a little hole.
But Martin getting the ball back for the Wolves here. Got to make sure that they capitalise on this. It will stay in the possession of the Wolves. Great deflection from Layden back into the goalers.
It was a really lovely setup there.
Farrell opting to step in there that little bit. There was great hands over pressure, work the ball circle edge, and it's Layden that now takes the hard ball.
And so that wasn't all. Rare miss for him, falling a little bit short. Couldn't wait too much longer to release that pass though, because Nagel didn't have a chance to get around. Would have been held. Xana Woods, quick feet.
Beautiful.
Or even outside the goal circle on that one. Means that people have got to commit to her. Oh, interesting footwork on that one, but it will change. There's the instruction to Al Punchin if Taylor goes flying, but rare miss there from Xana Wood. Don't know hands here. This is the second efforts that we have seen from this Panthers side. Oh, what a fly there. Liv Taylor.
Yeah, Liv Taylor doing a great job to make these feeds in very difficult, but Connor Lilly with a beautiful roll there to be able to be on the end of it once Ellie late.
Oh, tough feed just for Wolves. And Hedrick's a little bit frustrated with that one, but held on a little bit long for it to be a contest as and beautiful angle. Oh, somehow passing it off the post, keeps it on without it being using the post.
There are
off balance, Roberts on that one. The only reason that missed.
One in. Beautiful play by Robert, playing the ball to himself, waiting for Alice to punch it to bite and have a go at the ball, and he says, no, you won't. I'm going to offload that and find that. Changes that we now see Tiani Farrell in the goal attack for the Wolves as she's collected by a shoulder of Riley Richardson, who is now on court as the centre for the Panthers, who's making an impact quickly. Riley Richardson connecting to Brodie Roberts in the goal attack. Riley Richardson connecting to Brodie Roberts in the goal attack.
From the wing defence position.
Oh, well done, Liv Taylor.
Story just missing it off the front, needs the flick. It falls without hitting anything as he tried
to pull the ball in. And Al Punchin not allowing.
I'm going to start with all the umpires first. So firstly for our Prem Mix, thank you to Amy and Jada.
And welcome back for some presentations here at State Netball Centre. It's from the mixed divisions as MLeague coordinator and Vice President Craig Moore just announced our Premier Mixed umpires, Jody Young and Amy Winchcombe, congratulating them on their effort at umpiring the game just then in Premier Mix. And we now also see umpires from our second mixed division come out, Kelly and Jake. Thank you to Team White. We wouldn't be here without them, that is for sure. Thank you very much to all of them for umpiring throughout the season and of course here on Grand Final night. It is a privilege for us to have them each week, and we are thrilled to have them umpires on board, and certainly a different game that people get to experience when they're doing the men's or mixed each Wednesday night.
A massive thank you needs to go to one person that's in charge of all the umpires. She puts in so many hours every given week. She just finds so many umpires every given week.
Craig Moore just taking this opportunity.
She does this without complaining at all. So a massive thank you to Julie.
Our umpire coordinator who sorts out all the allocations, sometimes chasing umpires who have had to pull out at the last minute because of injuries or stuck in traffic, and she managed to find them sometimes with minutes to spare. Jolene Maxfield, iconic member of the umpiring world here in Victoria, taught many of us our skill set, myself included, had a big impact on my umpiring career over the years. Certainly helped push me with my B badge and my A, so we thank Jolene.
Before the team, sorry, this is what happens when it's the last time frame. But to our broadcast team, Sportscast, for filming the last 3 weeks, filming our 14s, Premier Men's and Premier Mix.
And there's a nice little shout out to our team here at Sportscast that
Thank you very much.
from our Vice President,
And to our two commentators, Matt and Robert.
and giving us a shout out as well. I'll take credit for that. Thank you to everyone who helped broadcast this. Obviously, from my point of view, made my job a lot easier with it.
We'll start with our runners-up for our Prem Mix. Well done to Valley Wolves.
And congratulations going to Valley Wolves, runners-up, gallant effort. 53 goals in a grand final is nothing to poke a stick at, that is for sure. Getting presented their medals from our head coach of the Vimna program, it is Jared Murphy. And what a privilege it is to have Jared as part of our program. Does a wonderful job with overseeing all our teams and all our coaches, and what he gives back to men's netball is impeccable. As we also see our newly appointed president, Sonia Febo, getting in on the action to hand out.
To our premiers for 2023 in Premier Mix, to Parkville Panthers.
And we see perennial grand finalists and once again victors after missing out last year. It is Parkville Panthers with the wonderful blue ribbon grand final medals. Riley Richardson looking slightly beside himself, with a probably slightly delirious after the 2 matches of high intensity. And it was a full team effort from the Parkville Panthers. Every single player playing their role, whether they started on the court or off it. Everyone made a difference there. And they just lined up for their team photo as we see those about to occur. Some partners, some families, some parents getting in on the action to get some photos for Facebook perhaps. Grand final MVP about to be announced. And who will it be? The grand final MVP. We're hearing a drum roll. And the very humble player that is Tristan Comans gets grand final MVP. Well done to him. You can see he's not one who actually likes accolades. So thrilled with it. But make no mistake, he's a great player and had a terrific match. And just goes about it, doesn't he?
He played so well. He made a positive impact in centre and then moving into the fence. Congratulations, Tristan.
And about to be announced his season MVP. So getting ready for that. So there's going to be a few players announced as we work our way up to the top male and female of the competition.
Second place on 12 votes, Tim Malmo, and absolutely smashing it by an extra 10 on 22 votes was Brodie Roberts.
And I don't think there's a surprise here. Season MVP in the mix. The ever creative Brodie Roberts, the one who we've decided there's an adjective coming after to Brodie Roberts something. Well, I think winning MVP is becoming a bit of a Brodie Roberts effort as well.
There were top 5, there were 3 clear winners. There was actually a 3-way tie.
And controversial here. 3-way tie, Ali Black, Aerials.
First one goes to
Ellie Layden from Parkville Panthers.
Second one goes to Dunham.
Sharing that with Xana Woods, also from Parkville Panthers. What are the odds of so many players from the one side actually getting votes? Because often they're taking them away from each other. We will leave our coverage there. Thank you for joining us on KO Freebies. I'll take this opportunity to thank James Robertson by my side for joining me the last few weeks in these matches, and also joining Jared Murphy for the Premier Mix a couple of weeks ago. And thank you, Jared Murphy and Jake Noonan, for commentating the 14 under division. Thank you to the team at Sportscast once again, doing all the behind the scenes work. And of course, I'd love to shout out Joss from Netball Vic for the effort she's put in to make sure we get this coverage. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, so thank you so much to Netball Vic, and thank you of course to everyone here at MLeague and Vimna. Please join us again for our next coverage, and maybe watch a replay on KO Freebies. See you again next time. But perhaps seeing the second action there, not the first on that one. Riley Richardson just says, let me put it through. Starza makes it count.
Richardson with a two-hand overhead long ball. It is Farrell swinging big cross-court pocket to pocket.
Oh, beautifully done, Hedrick. Oh,
But
did not. 51. Wolves need to score here. Hedrick's beautifully kept in. Got to get it in. Got to get 2 shots here as the hold comes. Need to chase it down.
Riley Richardson.
Penalty on the
Going
outside.
offside.
Offside, sorry. Got to look inside the circle. 19 seconds to go. Into Cameron Allen. Must get it back. 13. It's 1 goal down.
Just
It's
10
centre pass. They're
seconds
trying to
left
hold up.
now.
10 seconds to go. Must release in. No one's an option in the circle. There's no goaler in there.